Are we live?
I don't know, you tell me.
Are we live? Where's the thumbs up? We're live. We're live. We're live, man. Chicken episode, mid-40s. I don't even know where the fuck we are.
Episode, call the line, Miss Cleo.
Call the line.
Call the line. Yo, your boy Trump lost. You were wrong. He won't concede, though. He hasn't admit to defeat.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, you sure dropped
Those are the breaks. I don't know, I'm cheating. I thought Trump Paws could take another one.
I thought he would take
another 4-piece.
Just based on the fact that, hey, shit.
Another 4-piece chicken?
Do you think he can still pull it off in the fucking fourth quarter here with the Supreme Court?
I don't see him with the Brian Russell shove off and the fade away from the corner for the game.
No.
You know how LeBron posted the Joe Biden, like his iconic block on Iguodala about Joe Biden and Trump? Like Trump.
Did he do that?
He posted it, but I was saying if Trump ended up winning in the Supreme Court down the line, imagine he reposted like the reverse of that using LeBron. The irony, like, 'cause that would be the comeback of a century.
I think the funniest thing that he could do would be like having it be like the Wade to LeBron alley-oop and him dunking by
you put Trump's face on Jason Tatum dunking on LeBron.
That would be good. I honestly, like, I wish my athletes would just shut up and dribble. Once again, I don't feel like athletes or any entertainers should be using their
Shut up and dribble.
Their clout, their social media clout to form the opinions of the young.
What do you mean? Isn't that what I do half the time?
But we have a podcast. That's a little bit different. Like, you know, I mean, there's levels and feels to the shit.
Yeah, but what if you're like, I want to change the world through basketball?
Yeah, no, I don't believe that. Just shut your fucking lips and dribble.
Shut your fucking lips and dribble.
Because, you know, like, once again, like, you're not going to speak on all topics. You're going to speak on what's important to you, which is fine, but it's like, what if there's a player, like, you know what I mean? We had that one guy in Orlando who was anti-BLM, and everyone was mad at him for being black and being anti-BLM, and then he fucking busted his kneecaps and everyone was happy about it.
Isaac?
Yeah, but he's an idiot. Why are you anti-BLM, bro? Like,
because he's a fucking coon.
Coon.
Honestly, I still can't believe I thought coon meant raccoon for all these years until recently.
I haven't
Until what kind of recently?
Remember we were on the earlier podcast. Remember we were joking about that? And I was like, I've literally been calling coons like raccoons that, like all the time. I'm just like,
yeah. I mean, so does everybody.
I figured it might have been like.
Did you know it was a bad word, like towards black people, like derogatory and shit, at all? Like,
no, I could see it, but like,
No,
I just, like
I've never heard anybody use it in that way.
The whole thing about the word coon though is that coons are more of an American, like a Southern American
yeah.
slang, right? So
like, never heard of movies and shit?
Yeah, like but like, and like, growing up, like, I just never heard anyone use it in a racial sense.
Yeah.
I just, since I was a kid, I'm like, fucking coons getting in the garbage and shit.
Coon would be used in like a blaxploitation movie. Like, coon is something that's used a lot in like regular movies and shit. Bro, how do you have like 4 lighters here? I mean, you have to find one that fucking works.
I have one that works.
None of these work? Oh my god, bro. Let's have a fucking season.
I have one that works in the other room for sure.
We did green on green. Why did we do green?
I'm in the green mood.
Hulk mood?
No, not November mood.
Speak for yourself.
I'm still alive. Well, I've nutted twice this month, but both times were during sex. So it doesn't really count.
But the whole thing about no, it makes no sense. Isn't that supposed to be for prostate cancer? Or is that part of the mustache thing?
No, I thought it was just
mustache. November.
That's November. November is more.
But here's the thing. The more you nut is the better for your prostate. So this whole idea of men not nutting is not a good idea.
A lie.
Yes, bro.
Nothing's good for your prostate.
Yes, it's good for your fucking prostate.
I think it's good for self-discipline to challenge yourself to see if you can pull it off, monk style.
What's a nut for a month? Go to jail if you're so shook up finding out whether you can fucking bust a nut for a month.
But that being said, it was so funny. I was like fucking on the weekend, and then I nutted so much quicker than usual because I haven't nutted in what, like half a month. And I was like, shit.
I don't even care if I'm like,
yeah, who does that?
When I was younger, I used to be like, oh my god, I came quick, but now it's just if a girl doesn't shit about that, I'm like, buddy, you realize that I just added a body to your fucking body count score, right? So regardless of how shit you want to tell me that round was, at the end of the day, you just caught another body.
You just caught another body.
Which by societal standards means you're less of a human being. Well, I get to be cool for catching another body.
I know it's quick work.
I usually redeem myself, but you know, it's just a funny thing.
I told her to take it as a compliment.
It's not a compliment. I was like, pussy's wet, pussy's tight, I'm gonna come. Like,
yeah, I was really turned on.
You made me come, bitch. Congrats.
I was really turned on. I haven't nutted all month.
But if you're really into the girl, regardless, you might.
Well, not really. The girls are really faster. They get the fuck out. So
That's why it's a compliment.
And that's literally why it was a compliment, because like, it is a girl, like, you've been fucking, it's like,
really could
enjoy
thing
it.
where you really like this girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it could be, but like it's not though. It's happening. I can't fucking control my fucking first nut. Well, honestly, I'm legendary with that shit. Like, my first nut, fam, I'll be flying that shit out like with no hesitation. Like, that was shit. That second nut, it's gonna be tough for a girl to earn that one. But that first nut, boy, I let that
second nut,
dog. I'd be like T-Quan in the fucking parking lot with them kids in the parking lot. Yeah, let that shit go.
Yeah, the second nut is where
Oh my god.
the second nut is where you're putting your real work in.
Stop.
That shit's so funny.
At the end of the day, the second nut is where the real work is put in.
Yeah, I love that shit. I love one of my favorite things to do is like
Make pussy?
It's it's when that's good too. But when you know you have a shorty coming over and you give yourself a nice like beat off session
Beforehand,
like a nice like you almost
you're
fucking,
sitting there like Tom Cruise laughing at
yeah,
your
you're like exactly you're basically edging yourself for like 45 minutes and you bust and not take a shower. She comes over trying to make you come and it's just a fail show for her. I've won.
Yeah.
Thanos meme.
Yeah.
It
is done.
The work is done. I've won.
That's fucking crazy. I love the Thanos memes. Thanos is the greatest villain.
He's killing TikTok right now. I can't lie. The Thanos sounds fucking killing me.
Oh man.
But I love the talk, bro. Like, fuck, I'm happy. That's one of the good things about Trump losing is that we didn't lose the talk.
He didn't ban it. Wasn't 45 days up a long
He was supposed to ban, but I think an American company bought into it. That's why he didn't end up banning.
Yeah, it might have been like, or the American branch of it was like sold off, or I don't know the details.
You're just mad because some yellow niggas on it, right? It's a yellow app, so.
Yes.
What?
He doesn't mind them yellow dudes.
It's a yellow app. It's the Chinese, bro.
Well, the way they're censoring me, fuck them too. Like fuck, I'm on.
I wonder if people will be offended one day when I call Chinese people yellow on this pod. They'll be like, yo, that was mad racist how you called us yellow. And it's like, well, you know, I'm black, so you can hold being yellow. It's not going to be that bad for you.
What do you? It's not like you're worried about being fired from anywhere right now.
It's true. But
Like,
honestly, if I had a fucking job,
what happens if you get canceled? Really?
nothing.
You get some angry tweets at you.
That's the whole thing. Like, if I ever be in a place where it's like I got canceled, they're like sending me death threats and shit, I'd be like, great, like come do it. That's the whole thing. I love when people, when celebrities like, oh my god, they're sending death threats, and then I'm worried. It's like, are you really worried about that nigga? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because like of the life I've lived, and I've had like niggas that are supposed to be about that life saying they're gonna kill me and never do.
Yes.
There's no way I can take some internet
some
nigga serious.
civilian.
Like, oh, I'm gonna kill you
Over this dumb shit.
because of your perspective, your opinion makes me want to murder you.
I'm not even.
Okay, liberal.
I'm not even in the shits whatsoever, and I've received many death threats throughout my life, and I'm like,
That's what I'm saying, man. I used to get fucking death threats all the time. I just had this fucking private number that would call me. It's like, yo, we're gonna kill you just now, fam.
you're a dead man.
Just
You're a dead man.
You're dead. And the scar my boy said, just wait on it, fam. We're gonna fucking splash you. We know where you live, eh? I'm like, alright, cool. I'm still waiting on them to hold on to that promise.
When did you? Well, knock on wood. When did this? When was this?
2014.
Oh, a while ago. So you didn't get splashed at the end of the day.
But yeah, there's guys that made a whole ass fucking diss song about killing me and a couple of my boys. Even acted it out in the video and have not even seen us once in public.
What's the song called?
Yeah, that shit was.
I didn't want to give the song call because then people are gonna go click on it and be like, it's about you.
Shut up,
It's so whack too.
Yeah, the song is whack, the rapper's whack, you know who you are.
whack.
Alright, how about this? I have a bold take on diss tracks. One of the top 5 rap diss tracks of all time
Hit 'em
is
up.
M to the B.
It's what?
N to the B, N to the B, N to the N to the N to
That's
the
a
B.
diss track.
Is it to who?
Sophie. There's like some other female like rapper named like
I didn't
Sophie.
know that.
I didn't know either, but then I watched like the video. I was like, oh, that song's like randomly catchy, and then I was searching what it was, and it's an older diss track. And now that it's gone to the point it's gone, I'm like, you could probably say because of how big it's gotten, it's got to be one of like the top 5 like global diss tracks of all time.
No.
But in the most ironic sense,
But it doesn't matter.
It's like
It's
a-
female rappers beefing.
it's like a TikTok song, but it's so funny. It's actually like the whitest girl in front. It's like a British rapper, like from time ago, dissing some other white British rapper girl. It's like, but for
I
some,
didn't even know there were white female British rappers. Like,
oh, you gotta watch the video. And the diss videos in like a fucking KFC and like a grocery store in like England. It's the most budget thing. And the best part is like apparently this is from like 2014, 2015, and like it just got big.
I was thinking it was much older, but
No, but it's still like it
that
doesn't
still
get.
does suck though because it's like now it's relevant from a 6-year-old beef, so it's like
Yeah.
it's awoken my beef.
It's just funny because nobody even thinks it's a diss track, and I didn't realize until I actually found the actual song. I'm like, wait, she's dissing Sophie.
Well, you know the beauty about a lot of rap songs is a lot of them are diss tracks. You wouldn't even know that. Like a lot of regular, even Toronto rap songs are diss songs. You just don't know unless you're caught up in the polys and you realize, oh, this is a diss song.
And know the slangs.
Yeah. So I don't know the slangs. It's like, you know, certain things being said, like, you know what I mean? It's disrespect to other people. Like,
I'm going
slights and shit, you know?
I've actually started the process of recording a diss track to Santa Claus. I'm hoping this will be one of the hardest.
You don't really want to smoke with Santa because if he drops off a gift of chlamydia, you're gonna be pissed.
Dog, well, your chlamydia is like COVID. If you don't get tested, you can't have it legally speaking.
Yeah, that's pretty jokes.
You legally cannot have it.
Yeah, well, you know.
My dick's been burning for years. I legally don't have anything.
Yeah, if it's only a light burn, it's okay.
You ever piss blood? You got any STDs before yet?
No, I actually never gotten a stutter.
Have you actually got tested?
Yeah, I got tested. I haven't got tested in a while.
I got tested once.
I got tested. I try to go every year, but it's been maybe like a couple now. It's been like 3 or 4 years.
My STD test is
I was in a relationship too. So.
I raw dog nut in a girl that I know gets tested, and
that's how you do it. I don't.
Yeah, if she's not getting shit, then.
Because I'm trying to argue with some girl about her not having my kid and shit, and then I gotta make you fall down the stairs.
Dog, you would want that kid. If a girl,
no, I do. I do definitely. I want kids and shit, but I don't want to be put in a position where a girl's forcing me to have a kid.
So when are you gonna start dropping nuts? Realistically, you're pushing 30. When does the nut dropping start? Because I'm considering nut dropping. I've dropped a couple.
Bear nuts on girls' bellies and their backs and shit.
No, but like planting the seed nut.
Honestly, I'm not about that because no girl's soil is good enough for me to plant the seed in.
You just need someone. You're a big dude. So you can get someone with some good genetic match too. You maybe be able to get an athlete on your hands.
No, I already could. And that's the blind side.
You just gotta like
not
treat
be there
him
as a
early
father,
or not be there as a father.
Yeah,
One of the two. Be a
so
really great father.
Stress of me not being there, or be the coach dad.
Overly abusive, like coach dad. You know, you're a bit too like hard on him. Or you just be absent completely. Those are the two options for
once they
greatness.
get to pro sports, like all of a sudden I'm a nice guy. They just don't understand it, and I'm just like, this is what it took to get you here, son. It wasn't hard on you, making you play basketball out in the rain. You never been anything. Again.
Or you could have an artist kid. I can see you having like an artist.
No, I don't want to have an artist kid.
Well, it's not like a choice.
Of
No one wants
course it's
to
a
have
choice.
fucking.
You can still mold your kids the way you want to, as long as you're not a fucking pussy. But to be honest, I don't really give a fuck what my kids do as long as it's not some stupid fucking shit.
Like identify as a.
Yeah, like don't identify as a fucking jumbo jet or don't like, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear this, oh, like.
I've always been a jumbo jet.
Non-binary, like, shut the fuck
I've
up.
always wanted to fly, and being jumbo wasn't a choice.
You know what the dumbest shit about this shit is?
You like that one?
Bro, I fucking hate seeing that fucking thing, bro. Like, oh my god.
That whole
Why do they all look like that? Why do so many of them look like that? Why do you guys all get drawn to look the same? Like, why is that what that is?
That's why.
Explain what that is for the listeners. It is like.
You talking about the himbo thing?
He's talking about like, remember that meme I posted? It was like Gen Z is the strongest generation in America, and there's like the Polar Express guy with dyed colored hair and like lipstick and like a choker,
purple hair.
And it was like Gen Z's.
Just like man, fucking.
They try to prove like their image
real,
by doing something that a bunch of them do. It's the same thing with like gay guys and shit, right? It's like you try to prove
Why
that you're
is
like
that
an
what it
individual.
is?
You try to prove that you're different from what's quote unquote the masculine man by acting like a black woman, which is kind of insulting if you ask me. But hey, what do I know?
I'm just
What do you know, really?
I'm just a fucking straight guy that looks at this shit like you guys are fucking weirdos. Like once again, like.
But are you straight?
I don't care.
I don't think
I
you're
don't
straight.
care. I don't care what people do in the bedroom. I just don't understand why they have to put on this act of who you have sex with determines how you have to act in public. Like,
Would you fuck an AI sex toy?
100%. As long as it looks
So you're
female.
not straight. You're a robosexual, technically.
Okay, I'm a homosexual. Like what you fucking do?
So now you're officially part of the community.
I'm a straight that will stray into some
fucking.
some strange sexual activities.
Yeah, I will go into the machine.
That doesn't mean that because I piss on a bitch that I'm like down for like piss porn or that I'm piss specific. Just means that I will do those things. I'll come in a girl's eyes doesn't mean that I'm fucking pro glasses or something.
Yeah. I wish donating sperm you can make money in Canada from it. It's all a
I
donation.
donate sperm all the time for free.
Do you?
You know,
backs. On backs.
bellies.
On
Works on bellies, so I am a missionary man.
Oh man.
on the
Soldier of the Lord, so we do a missionary in my house.
Soldier of the Lord.
yeah
You
mission.
put a blanket over her too.
Are you a choker? Do you give her a good old grab, a little like suffocation?
Let me put that out there too. If we're gonna do choking, make like fellas, like I gotta teach you guys a lesson about this.
Not the esophagus, the side muscle.
Yes, it's about putting the fucking pressure on the carotid artery in the neck. It's not about actually choking the bitch's windpipe unless she specifically likes that.
The jugular.
No, it is. It's the jugular. Is it the jugular or the carotid? It's the jugular.
Same thing.
Yeah, so it's about putting the pressure on that. It's about relieving the blood to the brain. Not about fucking making this bitch cough up a lung afterwards. Mind you, some girls do like being choked on their actual throat.
Well, I was watching this thing. I saw this thing on TV last night. It was this serial killer. This guy's fetish was a cannibal. He wanted to have like to like eat. No, he wanted to eat his like lover, but he wanted like the guy to want to be eaten too. And he actually like found someone on the internet who his fetish was like he wanted someone to eat me and like. And then they went through like this guy and
like 5 strips of meat of the man and
he slowly kept him alive, cut off. I think he started with the dick. He ate the dick first.
I don't know how
it makes sense.
Yeah. If you're like, I want bitches to gobble my dick, but not like that.
But yeah, it was like a guy. But the thing is, it's like a guy's in jail for life, and it was consensual.
For life.
The guy chose to be eaten, and he videotaped the whole thing. And I'm more curious on those videotapes of this guy slowly having a romantic like style dinner, slowly eating his other person and like having a connection. I'm curious on like what that conversation and dialogue is like. Like in the video, is the guy like just like no, keep eating, you know?
Keep eating.
Holy fuck!
And how does that fetish even happen? How does wanting to be eaten even want to be a fetish? Like what happens in your childhood?
To want to be eaten.
Where they're like, I've always wanted to be slowly eaten to my death by a human. By a human male. What are you reading there?
No, my friend died in a car accident.
A lie.
Data?
Yeah.
She okay?
Yeah, she's cool. They got T-boned and shit.
Who was that?
Dana and Julia.
A lie. Julia.
Who was driving?
Obviously, Julia. Dana doesn't drive.
They got T-boned?
Dana's a passenger unit.
Wow. Is it?
Yeah, no, the airbags popped and everything. Julia's car is written off for sure.
A lie.
This is why women shouldn't drive.
Hey.
Whose fault? Who's at fault?
They got T-bones, so I don't think they're at fault.
For those of you who don't know, Dana is Winton's house girl, we'll call her.
It's not house girl, it's my best friend.
Or BF.
Home girl.
Home girl.
House girl, that sounds like Molly racist.
Yeah,
she's white, so it's okay, but that's my house girl. Like.
That sounds borderline. What the fuck am I talking about? She good though? Like, they're not dead?
Yeah, she's good.
Streets? T-bone.
I think they're in out in her ends.
So
Clarendon or whatever.
Yo, speaking of a story, what you? I don't know how to bring that up in.
What, me crashing into the tree?
Yeah, let's go there instead of what I was thinking. That's better.
Oh.
That was the best story. I was thinking of like if you have per se like a sexual assault or rape on your phone or like device of like a situation and like
wait, you have imagery of a sexual assault on your phone?
What are you talking about?
No, because
we're talking about that. Okay, so we can talk about that. I don't want to name any names.
Yeah, I kind of want to be like, are you legally obliged to do something with said footage?
If you were caught with said footage, it can be obstruction for sure. If there's an open case about it and you've been hiding said footage, it could be obstruction. But my whole thing with that entire situation is like that's like a long time ago. That was on an iPad. This person is pretty rich, so it's probably like their 5th iPad since then. Like that's gone. You're not gonna find that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's gone. You know
it's in the cloud.
But it probably is. Actually, there was no cloud then. This is old enough that there wasn't a cloud like that.
And there was an actual situation, eh?
Well, let's say like to make the girl I was seeing at the time was friends with said girl that actually got woohooed on cam, and this girl like had her fucking tampons jammed so far up her pussy because she was on her fucking period. I don't know how they didn't know this when they were fucking raping her, but yeah, she was like concerned she couldn't find a tampon and came out like 2 weeks later, and that's like, you know what I mean, from the girl I was seeing to like that's like direct conversation other than me talking to her. It's like one person, so it's not broken telephone. So yeah, quite the you know what I mean. And that was one side of me hearing from the story because I already knew it had happened from the guys that did it and the party that was involved filming it. I already knew that it happened.
Well, even still, like, what about when you know those situations when you see like teams on the road and like a girl goes back to the hotel, a few of them like whatever happens, and like one guy films it, like.
See, this is the whole thing about it because like in a sense it's like, hey, this girl is a whore, right? But in this particular aspect, she was far too drunk to consent. So it makes what they did rape.
Because
like there's also shit like, yeah, girls can be drunk, but like you know when a girl's fucking blacked out, like unless you're also blacked out drunk, but like you know what I mean, you can tell when a girl's blacked out when she's lost it.
Like this girl wasn't even conscious, you're saying?
At points of it, no. Points of it, she apparently I didn't see the footage, but apparently in the footage there's parts of it where she's like out.
Damn, it'd be like that sometimes.
That's the thing. Like I've already seen one of the guys involved in this situation commit an act of sexual assault prior to that. So it wasn't like when I heard about this whole thing happening, I wasn't like, oh, I'm shocked.
It's a sequence of events.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
Just my involvement, like the kind of I saw, like I'm not running to the police, but like mind you, I do frown upon this shit. Like when this shit happens, I'm telling you guys, like, yo, you guys are fucking losers. Like, you guys are losers. Like, there's no reason to be doing any of this. Like, we're way too old for you to be like, oh, blurred lines of consent. This isn't like grade 7 grabbing some girl's ass on the field. Like, you're penetrating women while they're asleep. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I won't even I won't even fuck a girl if she's drunk and I'm sober, like even a bit tipsy. Like I'm just like honestly like I had an opportunity to come up, let's just say recently and not so recently, let's say at some point, and the girl was like shittered and she was like all over me being like, and I know the girl personally. She's like, Kev, let's get out of here. Like let's do this. I'm like honestly like I'm not gonna do that as a friend. Like I'm sober.
But no, it depends on how you know the girl too, right? Like mind you, like if it's a girl that like I don't know that well, then it's like obviously no. But if it's a girl that like I'm already cool with, it's not as if she's gonna wake up and be like, oh, you raped me. She's gonna be like, oh, I was mad drunk with sex last night. Say a word, like, because it's not really about like my intent. If it's something that happens between two people and one person ends up being more drunk than the other, that's one thing. Especially when the comfortability is there between those two people. But like, we're talking about like meeting girls at the club and shit, and like one person's too drunk, or like you just met this person. That's when it becomes like more of that rapey thing. Because a girl that you're cool with over like years of time that happens to get drunk with you and end up in your bed isn't gonna be like, you raped me in the morning because you guys are friends. She knows you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what comes down to that whole like the regret rape thing and the night after rape thing is a whole thing of like, I don't know you that well. I don't want to have sex and I feel like you took advantage of me. Well, that's where it stems from.
To take it to an even more random level, I saw an argument on Instagram this week where it showed there was like something about how like if a girl's just because a girl's stoned doesn't mean she can give consent or something like on weed. And
I saw that, but there are girls that get too high. There are girls
I just can't understand weed.
There are girls that get high enough that I can say like, yeah, you can definitely take advantage of
just
them.
Be like,
but like for me, it's like when I see that whole thing, like, oh, these guys are still trying to smoke weed and link up with girls and fuck them. I'm like, buddy, I smoke weed all the time. Like, me linking up with a girl, she doesn't have to smoke the weed. I'm gonna smoke the weed because I smoke weed all day. Like, I'm not trying to get anybody under the influence, but I smoke all the time, and weed doesn't affect me to the level where it's like, so I can get high and someone can take advantage of me. But if that's like, if I'm with a girl and like she's like, yo, I don't fuck with weed, like it hits me really strong, I'm like, yo, then don't smoke because I don't want you to feel as if I'm trying to compromise you so I can do something to you.
And you're tripping.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like you're just too high and I'm raping you. Like no, like I like to smoke weed.
I just never got
live, let alone fuck or do any activity.
I just never got that from weed where I'd be like smoke up and be like.
No, because it just doesn't hit you that way. But like, I know of girls that like weed hits them like that, so I understand that argument. I just think it's weird when it's brought up as like a generalization because for those of us that are weed smokers, like
regulars,
when you hang out with someone, you're just gonna smoke because that's what you do. It's a social drug, right? So I don't know. It's never my intention. But even let's go back to let's visit the drinking conversation. I was fucking with this one girl. We were friends for a long period of time, and they're kind of in this whole thing of we wanted to have sex, but it wasn't really like we didn't really know when it was gonna be because we were friends, and we didn't really want to like, you know what I mean?
Break the friend zone into the barrier.
Yeah, so
open the Pandora's box per se.
Really, because I was just in my slutty days shit, and like, you know what I mean? She just heard about how I was getting down, so she wanted a piece of it. So she had linked me one day. She was like out having drinks with her family or some shit. I was at my crib with my boy having fucking drinks. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. Obviously, she shouldn't get behind the wheel, but I got behind the wheel, scooped her right back to my crib. We ended up having some more drinks. We fucked. Woke up the next morning, she was like, yo, I don't remember that. I don't remember last night. I was fucked, and I was just like, I was preloaded too, but I remember it. Like, it was great. And I was just like, yo, you don't feel like I took advantage of you? And she's just like, no, I called you to come get me. So there is always that rationalization, and I think also when the two of you are friendly, the whole like, oh, I was too drunk thing isn't really a thing. It's more a thing when you don't know that girl that well.
Well, I had
there is no precursor of.
I had a similar situation to that in a sense where it was the first time I hooked up with this girl, and we went out to like an Argos game or some shit, and we got shit faced, and we're back at her place later, and we've like obviously fucked a couple times, but we were shit faced, and then I had work like early, so I had to get the fuck out like 4:30, 5 a.m. kind of thing, so I like fucked off, and then like she texted me in the morning, she's like, "What happened last night?" And because like I was already gone, dude, it came off even worse. Like just like a blackout, like you know, there's condoms there and shit. Like, and I'm just like, oh, like that's good. I remember, like, but like it wasn't like we still hung out after and we still like saw each other for a bit, but it wasn't.
It's always scary,
just looking back.
Perception, right? Because like when your heart is pure and you're not actually trying to hurt some girl, you're just like going with the flow, having fun with the female, and you want to like obviously like. Sex isn't the number one thing on a guy's mind, but if it's casual, everything's casual, then you're hoping it's gonna happen. And once she gives you that green light, you're assuming it's all good. Yeah. So I think we're in a weird place in society.
Well, for me, if there's still like that situation there, I knew for sure she wasn't tripping because like. No, we were talking for a bit, situation, led to that, I could guarantee and we still like hooked up for time after.
If we had a big following, right now, people would give you shit for that statement.
For what?
For the whole thing, be like, oh well, you didn't know her that well. Like you guys still had sex, and like
well, we were both shit-faced, and then
but that's the whole thing. You're the guy, so it doesn't matter if you're like for whatever reason, when you're a guy, the complete responsibility of a female that you're interacting with lays on you. Everything you have to get her home safely. Like everything is on you.
Yeah, I don't think that girl took it that way at all, though.
No, she didn't. But
in the story, the way I told that story, you know, for a split second,
but she could have taken it that way.
There's a lot of people that think it.
And society will tell you that society would say that you're in the wrong for what you did, even though that's not your intention. Like you're not going out to get plastered with chicks and fucking rape them.
No,
like, you're just going with the flow. Like sometimes you go with a girl and you'll have 2 drinks. Sometimes you go with a girl and have like fucking 8 because you guys are having a fucking great time. You're getting loaded together. But that's the whole thing about it, is that some girls will look at that and be like, yo, you take advantage of her, instead of being like, these are 2 people that got fucking wasted and had a great time together and ended up fucking shit his brains out, going about their lives after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where we are in society now.
For me, it was more that moment, it was that split second me tripping to myself, because like she just woke up and she's like, LOL, what happened last night? And it was more like the language over text, and like me split second looking at that, like,
that's
how's this gonna come off? And then
you have that feeling?
It was just a conversation.
It's because society makes you feel as if like her asking you that means like, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna be over. Like it's not just like like what happened last night? Haha. It's just like, yo, we had sex last night. Like, how is she taking this? Because you know how society will look at it and be like, he fucking raped that girl. You know what I mean? Even though that's not what the fuck it was at all. Like, and I feel like with crime, the way crime should
work. I'm a rape victim now. So.
Crime. There's that too, but crime should be about intent, right? And not whether the intent is like, oh, I stole this because so my kid could eat. No, you stole something, so your intent was to take something from someone else. But if you're going out to get drunk with someone and like you might have sex, but you might not. The intent isn't to rape someone because you guys both got drunk and one person feels like something we're taking advantage of the next day. Like, the intent's not there.
Well, there's also the issue of the regret situation of after. What I mean.
But that's, if she was that kind of girl, she could just regret that and been like, oh, fuck you, Kevin, you raped me. Even though that wasn't the case during.
No, she didn't say that, luckily, but
that's what they mean. All like these spent condoms, like, obviously you guys had a great time. Multiple condoms were used, so that means a couple rounds. You know what I mean? Like, obviously she was about it, but...
Yeah, she came back multiple times. It was, like, definitely about it. But it was more like... We almost trip ourselves out. Because you don't even, like, want to be, like... Fall into this accidental
loss. You don't want to end up being fucking Kobe Bryant, bro. Being
Big Ben. Big Ben in the pocket.
You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. That's where we are as men. It's just you have to be extra careful in dealing with women because...
But there is rapey guys, like you said, like the guy...
but like, you know... So I'm saying, as a guy, you know what type of guy. Like, you know how those guys are. Like, you know what I mean? The guys that are waiting around after the fucking bar, picking on the drunkest girls. Like, you know what I mean? You know who those guys are because there's no point... There's no way that in your life that you haven't had one of those kind of guys in your friend group. That's just part of life. Like, the older you get, you'll weed yourself away from those kind of people because you don't want that kind of people around you. But as a man, you've definitely had that one guy around you that just, like, is always waiting outside the bar after. And you're like, yo, let's go home. And he's like, nah, I want to pick up a chick. It's like, buddy, the night's over. If you didn't get one already,
like I'm
you're obviously looking for a mad wasted chick right now. We can go back to the crib and just link the fucking late night low self-esteemers. They'll come through and fuck all the boys. Like, I don't know how that goes, right?
Back in the clubbing days, I was one of the first ones always down to leave, go home and smoke up. It's like, if I'm getting pussy, I'm getting pussy. If not, I'm throwing the white towel in the night and like, you know.
When I was first hitting the clubs and shit, I was already fucking trapping and shit. So to me, it was just like,
you got bottles.
I was like, yo, like, well, I didn't even get bottles, man. I was just going to like the fucking Four Corners and shit, just buying a bunch of beers for everybody.
Where tap?
Yeah, like, but unfortunately, the tap was on a tap. I was going before tap was a thing. What was that other fucking spot that used to be up?
Rodeo, I mean.
Rodeo. We used to fucking murder Rodeo.
I thought I wash him up there.
The reason Rodeo got fucking shut down, to be honest.
Why?
Because all the fights we got into.
I thought it was all the underagers they let in all the time.
Yeah, we used to pay them to get the underagers in all the time.
I was one of them.
I can say that because Rodeo's closed now, so it's not like I'm ranting on them, but like, yeah, that was frequent.
Yo, Rodeo was a lit spot though.
Bro, we used to pay the bouncers to skip the line all the time. Like, you know that line Rodeo was like fucking around the block. I just pulled up to Rodeo, but $20 a head, boom, 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 to slide in. Just to go to fucking Rodeo.
The upstairs bathrooms, I had put some work in those upstairs. You know the ones.
Bro, I put in no work on those coming days, man. I was just literally just going to get lit and hope not to get pulled over and drive home, bro.
You're whipping home.
Yeah,
man, I walked home.
I never taxied anywhere.
I lived Pickering Village. I've walked from Four Corners before when you're just shit faced and you're just like so like broke and like nobody like looks like I'm fucking walking.
It's a doable walk, but like man, that's a far walk.
It's not that shit faced.
It's a long straight walk, but like damn, bro, all the way down Kingston.
From downtown Whitby to Pickering Village.
So who kid freestyle?
Honestly, what I would do though back in the day, because I was also a pussy and scared to get jumped, I would run home.
And you're just drunk sprinting down Kingston?
Yeah. But you didn't put in like a whole workout, boy. Well, like my theory is like, who the fuck is gonna jump someone and run? Like, no one's trying to run.
They have to run after you in the first place. You're already going, but like that's I don't know.
It's just like no one sees a guy running. It's like that guy. That's the guy I want to jump. So like that's like always my self-defense.
Off the hop anyway, you're good. That's all the people don't realize. People just get caught up in someone being like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they just stay have a conversation like, "No, nigga, just run."
Yeah.
So if someone you see that you don't know approaches you, run off the hop because most of the times they don't want to chase you. They're just gonna let you slide and find the next person that's dumb enough to stay.
Kev's advice for all the youth out there: if you're walking through a sketchy neighborhood, sprint home. Just run. No one jumps for running.
I can give you a good story. I should drop government names on this one because fuck, they'll get snitched on me.
No snitching on the pod.
Well, am I snitching on them by saying their names? They're the ones who ran it on me.
Just use a fake name. Call him fucking Dan.
Would you know them?
I don't know.
You went to doc though. You wouldn't know. I went to Pickering High. Anyway, I went to elementary school with these two fucking kids. They were fucking obvious picking me up from school. I didn't call it that. They're just good youths.
We don't give the rats attention.
They're just good youths. But like I went to elementary school with them, right? So like they already know how I get down. Like they grew up with me. Like I've always been like a troublemaker and shit, but like to a certain extent, right? So we were coming. This is late night, Hermitage Park. An infamous robbery place back in those days.
Oh yeah, that's why I sprint because I was coming from like the Blockbuster, right?
So we're at the top of Hermitage Park at the very last slant up.
And for those listening who don't know Hermitage Park, this is pitch black, foresty, steep hill.
Yes,
the perfect spot to get jumped.
Yeah, because ADAS is so weird in having a place like this that is actually so treacherous. Like. It's unbelievably treacherous for how safe it is.
Run your pockets, man.
It's really like...
It's one of those things, if someone asks you for the time, don't pull out your phone. If someone asks you for a dart, don't pull out your darts. If someone asks you, just run.
You shouldn't even be there at night.
Yeah.
And that's me. Like, I'm a grown-ass man at 29.
Actually, I still go there at night. You know what I do?
There's no way I'm going to run through
No, you know what I've been there in pitch black in summertime all the time. We would go and pull up and ball in that court on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And like no one would leave you because when you're balling, there's something about balling where people like... These guys are balling right now.
Yeah, but you're at the bottom of Hermitage. That's different.
You're not even pitch black.
So you're walking up through that hill. That's the area where shit gets shaky. Because someone can literally be waiting in the fucking willows to do whatever the fuck they want to you. It's the weirdest, so weird, strange part of Ajax. But anyway, it was me, this one fuck I don't fucking like, and this other guy that's fucking dead now.
R.I.P.?
No, not R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the lost homies?
He's not a lost homie. He's a fucking waste man and a rat, so he's
R.I.P. to all the rats and waste men out there?
No, definitely not. Those guys can rest in piss if that's what you mean by R.I.P.
Nah. Rest in paradise.
No. Rest in puke. But so we see these two youths, the ones that I went to school with, and there's these guys that sound like, yo, we're gonna rob them. I'm like, no, bro, don't rob them. I know these guys. Like, I went to school with them. They know who I am, so you can't rob them. They robbed them anyway. So they're about to rob them, and I was just like standing there, and they're just like looking at me, and they're like, bro, like Winton, like, what do you? I'm just like, bro, like my dad, like I'm not a part of this, like I don't know what you want me to do, but like I don't give a fuck about any of this. I'm not taking care of your shit. Like I'm literally I just happen to be here right now. Obviously, they fucking call the police. I get arrested. Well, I didn't get arrested. The police called my house and were like, listen, we know you did this at the third. And I was like, I'm not coming in. So I called my lawyer. I went in with my lawyer, and they're just like, oh, who are the other boys that you were with? Like, we know that you guys robbed these kids. And I'm like, I didn't rob anyone. I'm like, ask them if I did anything or took anything from them. I was just standing there. I didn't do anything. And like, who are the guys? And I'm like, I don't know who they are.
I didn't do shit.
I didn't do shit. So fuck you. So they didn't end up charging me with anything, lucky enough. But those two fucking kids fucking narked on me. And I literally knew them. I'm not like, oh, like just playing the corner involved in a robbery. I'm talking to them like, yo, like my bad. Like, these guys are fucked. I don't know what to tell you. I'll try and get you your shit back. But this is happening right now. So yeah, they ended up narking on me. I did get their shit back, even though they fucking narked on me. And they're still somewhere around Ajax. Probably told their mom about it. Mom probably thinks I'm a dick, but it's like, fuck.
So you jumped them?
No, I didn't even jump them. That's the whole thing. Like, they actually got fucking jumped.
So how did
you guys are fucking assholes.
So what exactly happened in this darkness? I still
okay, so I'll give you the whole story. So we walk up on them. I'm telling them like, yo, listen, don't rob them. I know these guys. So the first guy, the white guy, one that's not dead, he goes up to them. He's the one who's instigating the robbery, and he's like, "Yo," I think he did the whole what time is it?
Yeah, same shit.
Pulls out his phone. And he takes the phone as soon as he pulls it out.
I don't have a phone. What time is it? I don't have a phone.
So man's like, "Yo, give me your fucking money." So the guy pulls his wallet out, and I think he like fumbles it. I don't know if he fumbled it or the white guy smacked it out of his hands. But he ended up on the ground. So the white guy's like, yo, pick up that fucking wallet. So he goes to pick up the wallet, and this guy just boot fucks him. Like, this is an easy peasy street robbery. There's no reason for violence. Because we have numbers. We have numbers. These two kids are fucking dweebs. They're brothers, and they're pussies. They're skinny. Like, these guys are pussies. Like, they're shove-overs. Like, and that's not just be on some street shit. Like, that's just how they are as men. Like, they will always be taking advantage of people unless they grow a backbone at some point because they're just weak-willed people. Right? So, I was like, bro, you're doing too much.
Like, if they ran, you guys would never chase them.
He kicked me in the face, and I was like, bro, why did you do that? That's what I am saying. I am there like, why would you do that?
Like, but hypothetically in the situation, if those dweebs just sprinted, you guys aren't running after them.
No.
Yeah, because everyone's lazy.
And not one of us. The only person that would be able to catch them is me because I'm fast. But the other two are not fast.
And you're too lazy to
I'm not involved in the robbery. This is the whole thing about it. Like, I am there. Yes, I walked through Hermitage with these guys. Yes, but we were just walking through Hermitage. We weren't even actually there to do anything. They just decided to rob these guys. Robbery. Yes, because they're like, oh, here are these two fucking dweebs. And I'm like, bro, like, why?
I almost got robbed one time on my street. I was grade 9, I think. And I was walking with my two boys, like, head down. And these three, like, way older guys, they came up and, like, jumped at us. And I got lucky because it ended up being my sister's ex, Kirk. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Oh,
waste man.
God!
Straight waste man. Whoever. Is that guy dead?
Yo! I haven't heard from that guy forever! He's breathing? I don't think so. He should be. If he's alive, that's crazy. He's like an OG buck T. Like, that's what I'm saying. When I was like
abusive.
When I was first doing my thing, like, I was dealing with him and I was like a fucking baby. And then he's older than me by a couple years.
But anyway, so luckily it was just after they like broke up, whatever, and he recognized me. He's like, "Oh, yo, Kevin," and he's like, "Yo, we were about to jump you," and but he recognized me, and I got lucky, like. But the worst part was, like, he was on my street and he had a restraining order on my sister at the time, and I was thinking, I was like, yo, like, that's probably why he didn't jump me, because that would look so sketchy. He'd jump by like the guy restraining order on my sister on the same street, like. Yeah. But he was like. He stole my PSP too when I was a kid. I was like a youth. Like my sister, like I was away to like a college weekend or something. I came back and like half my video games were gone. I was like, fuck my sister. I was so pissed. Like, you know my sister, like she doesn't give a fuck.
Honestly, no.
Don't bring these fucking buckies in my house. And I remember I got so pissed. I'm a kid too. And like the older guy was like, yo, like you need to dress up your head top. Like we can't be bringing this shit around here. But when you're a kid, you don't really.
I don't really remember her spot being the spot to hang out when we were younger. I think for that exact reason. You know what I mean?
Where?
Because, like...
What spot?
Your crib. Like,
no, never. Couldn't I stay at her mom's?
It's like Chelsea's spot was more so the spot.
Yeah, because her mom was like single mom, let them drink, stay out late, and party. My parents were never... Like, my mom stayed at home, not like doing shit.
Chelsea's crib used to be fucking lit. Like,
I never chilled. I dropped my sister off.
Every weekend, there'd just be like a bunch of fucking bitches there lit, like random niggas showing up. We'll see a lot of white boys, but it's just like always a big fucking. So much shit happened at that house. The house that's like an Ajax Heritage house.
I used to always drop my sister off, and they would like when I got older, like, Kevin, why don't you stay and hang out? And I never wanted to because it was just like my sister and her friends at the time. Well, like a lot of them annoyed me, and like when I was younger, and I'm like, I'm not trying to fucking hang out with you. But then I got older and I was like, yeah, I'd chill. But the problem is when they get into the fucking, yays, I can't deal with women on yay.
Yeah, girls on yay are mad fucking
It
annoying.
is like...
It's like, the guys on yay are annoying. There's something about...
People on yay are just the worst.
The problem with yayo is that the people that are on yayo are way too drunk anyway. Yeah. So... They're way too drunk, and now they're on cocaine, so this is too much. If you meet someone that's like not drinking that much, but just doing
there's no dead air with them. They just keep talking, they just keep going. They're like, what has going on? And if you're sober, it's the worst. Like, try doing stand-up comedy with people coked in the crowd. It's not fun. It's not the best crowd. Like, drunk people are bad, but coked people, like, they're gonna, like, think they're being funny, engaging with you, and it's one of those situations they just... It's like they can't read those social cues the same. It's almost like they get artistic of it in a weird way. What time is it? You got shit to do? You gonna go check in on Dana?
I don't know what she's doing.
We can wrap this shit up soon. No, yeah, we have a Christmas giveaway.
She's going home. She's cool.
She's good. We got a Christmas giveaway coming up here.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out the parameters of the Christmas.
What do you think we should do? Let's decide here. Let's
like we'll just do like a cash giveaway or some shit, like an e-transfer.
Yeah, we'll do an e-transfer. What you'll do is you have to follow the Jax Veteran, CringeKev, Mayo and Chicken accounts. Subscribe on YouTube and DB Vigil's account. Subscribe on the YouTube and take 3 friends in the post that we post about posting this.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. And we'll have free headbands for participants. Everyone participating gets a free headband if they want to pick it up in Durham region.
Yeah, if they want to pick it up.
I'm not shipping it because I'm fucking cheap. Fuck you guys.
We're already probably going to give away cash, so fuck you. We're not shipping you headbands.
Yeah, you can suck my dick. Merry Christmas, you motherfuckers. Follow me, CringeKev. Follow him. Subscribe.
Jackson for your motivational shit. And fuck on Fridays.
Yeah, and Trudeau 2021.
That's not.
No, I'm kidding. We're going to that white guy from the Conservatives this time.
I don't know who it is. It's going to be fucking Kim Jong-un. I'm not voting for fucking Trudeau, I'll tell you that.
You following Jake Meat?
Boy,
no.
You're not. You're not going Jake Meat?
It's
a conservative thing next election.
And the ethnic guy.
I don't know
racist. A white man.
Yeah, I have to white guy in power.
He's a white guy.
It's a white country. It's a white country. I don't want a black guy leading it. If I live in Africa, I want niggas to run it. But I live in a white country. I don't want some other fucking nigga running this shit. Trying to do things for his people only.
And we'll leave it on that. Bye! Have a good one.